What is up, NerdzGotWords universe? Coming at you with a Halloween special today, boys. How we feeling?
Good. Spooky season.
I guess. But no.
Nick already peed his pants.
He's not lying. It smells like urine in here.
You don't even know that, dog.
I'm kidding.
All right. Today we are reviewing Halloween Kills, the latest in the Halloween franchise. Very fitting for Halloween. I mean, we're right around the corner, right?
They bring out one of the oldies.
Yeah, one of the oldies.
Oldies, but apparently goodies. I don't know. I mean,
we'll see about that. I think everyone here, we got a whole bunch of mixed opinions on the movie. Joining us today as a special guest, we got Cheyenne. Shy in the Sky was going to say hello to the people.
She's not used to being on the mic.
I'm not used to this.
You should have seen her introductory video. She was like, I wasn't ready for that. We had to film the whole thing over again.
You want to say?
Oh yeah, I did it twice.
You want to say
the intro
anything
twice.
else?
I remember the Disney. I remember the Disney one. We tried to get her to do the
Hey,
intro.
I did fine on that one, except for the
Would
intro.
you like me to count you down?
No, it's okay.
Already.
What's good, Shay? She says hi, people.
She says hi. All right.
Okay.
We're introduced at this point.
All right, let's move on. So,
Hi.
Halloween Kills. We return to the world of Michael Myers and who remembers the town? I forgot.
Haddonfield?
Haddonfield.
Yeah, Haddonfield or something like that.
Yeah, we return to Haddonfield right after the last Halloween movie.
Well,
Halloween.
2018, I believe.
Halloween 2018.
Which is technically Halloween 2, and this is technically Halloween 3, but it kind of retcons the second movie. We'll get into that later. So, let's go around and see everybody's initial thoughts on the movie going in. We'll start with Nick, because I feel he has the least to say on this. For context, if you didn't watch his intro video, he is not a fan of horror films.
Or scary movies.
Or scary movies in
Anything
general.
scary.
Anything scary. This one goes to Disneyland for Oogie Boogie Nights and cries. Nick, what?
Really?
Okay, you were scared of the Snow White ride.
Damn,
Hey,
bro.
that is
Hey, hold on.
That's-
I will say,
creepy.
a 15-year-old Yeti was also scared of the Snow White ride.
See, I'm not alone.
I was 15 though, Nick, not 26.
I don't
Nick, going into the film, what were your thoughts?
I have my reasons for being scared of that ride. Anyway, the film. I mean,
Did you even watch it?
He watched it through his mask. He was like,
yeah.
So then, did you really
with my
see
eyes
any?
covered 50% of the time. I mean,
Okay, let's.
when the things actually happened, I watched. But you know, anyway, I
were you
you
excited
guys-
to see it?
No, I was not actually. Ryan dragged me to this.
technically, it was Shy's idea. Let's see a spooky movie, and we all agreed. And because you're part of the team, sucks to suck.
Yeah, I just had to suck it up and actually just watch it.
I thought it was a good idea for Halloween.
I hope you guys are proud of me out there for being brave enough to do this. I didn't really have any thoughts going into it.
He didn't see the trailer. He didn't know what was going on.
He just wanted it to end.
Honestly, yeah, I did. But
when there was another trailer right before the movie, he was like, "Thank God, thank God, it was another 10 minutes longer."
I wanna know. So when me and Shy saw it, there was a lot of horror trailers attached to the movie beforehand.
Oh yes.
How did you do with those? Because there was a few of those in it. Was it okay?
oh, I was terrified.
You were terrified?
He didn't
Yeah.
watch them.
I honestly don't remember what trailers.
It was one of them was Scream.
What are them?
That was
Yeah,
right
one of
when
them was
Scream was
okay,
coming
yeah,
out.
yeah.
The other one
That
was a
one-
possession one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it called?
I don't remember.
I don't know, but I will say possession movies. I do tend to not like those. A little creepy.
There's not that many horror movies coming out though.
Ever
Not
since
that much.
Scream's coming out in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Doesn't it come out on my birthday?
No, I think that was a
January.
different one. This one was
It's a different
January.
Right? Yeah.
No, ever since I've seen Paranormal Activity, I've never once seen a scary movie ever since. But
Those aren't even that bad.
Depends.
it's demonic possession. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
The-
those ones.
Depends
I
which one
more
you saw, because I
understand.
saw the Chosen ones. I think the one that takes like it place in East LA. The one.
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
The
I
one
think
was
we
the
saw
first
that
one.
one, didn't we?
The Paranormal Activity. That one was called
The Chosen Ones. The one.
Chosen Ones, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that we
used to
saw
LA,
that
right?
one.
Yeah,
Right?
they put in the brujeria shit.
Yeah.
You know what? That one scared the fuck out of me. Only simply because of like
The Hispanic
the Hispanic culture part of it. Because Hispanic culture, we be loving our brujeria and shit. That shit's real.
Fun fact.
Explain to the people what the
Brujeria.
Brujeria, like Mexican witchcraft. You know,
Yeah.
like
That's
Yeah, it's witchcraft.
it's witchcraft. So, Nick, thank you for sharing your thoughts on how you didn't want to
say
see.
jack shit. What are you talking about? He was like, "Oh well, you know, oh, dude,
Alright,
did you see that?"
It's to sum it up. Meh.
Man, okay, man. Nick was going in. Obviously, he does not favor scary movies.
This is 100% biased.
100% biased.
Yes, it
it's
is.
an inside job.
So, yeah.
Ryan, what did you think going into the movie before seeing it?
I could honestly tell right from the trailer that it wasn't like a typical, scary movie that we expect from Michael Myers. I expected it to be more, like, funnier. I thought, like, lighthearted in a way. I didn't expect it to be super crazy, like how usually with the Texas Chainsaw ones, those ones are a little bit more
Right.
violent, more serious. I expected this one to be more loose and funny, and that's a little bit, we'll talk about it later, that's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
However, I was still going in with a once is good enough because it was still in my mind. So it came up that their licensing was about to end. So I was thinking, did they put as much into it that they could have? Because, they're going to lose them anyway. So it's like, is this just a last-ditch effort to get as much money as they can before they lose it? Or is this something they actually try and put their effort into? That's what was my thought. So once is good enough for me.
Cool, yeah. I mean, what you said about the licensing thing is an interesting thing that
I think at the end of this year.
we'll bring up later because they did announce a sequel, and
There is one.
we'll talk about how...
It's a trilogy. It's a whole
Yeah.
trilogy.
We'll talk about how this movie later on. We'll talk about how it kind of feels like just honestly a giant fucking trailer for the final one.
Yeah.
But a lot of movies have that sort of feeling nowadays. But all right, Adrian, what did you think about the movie going in?
I didn't have my hopes up too high. It's a Halloween movie, dude. It's old.
Right, you're just gonna
Like, it's not scary. To me, these movies aren't that scary anymore.
Yeah,
so it's literally the only thing I kept thinking while watching this whole movie. I was like, dude, this guy is 60 fucking years old and he can still whoop your ass.
that I was thinking about that yesterday. No, actually earlier today. Because Netflix has this thing called the Movies That Made Us, the series, and they did one on Halloween. The original Halloween came out in '78. The story takes place in '78, and I did the math. In the first Halloween, Michael Myers is 21. Right? So that was
Young, hip, and
1978. That's fucking, 40-something years ago? So he's like mid-60s.
Mid-60s.
This man probably can outrun all of us in here.
I don't know, man.
What's
He's
going on?
he's
I
always
pretty
walking.
slow.
Hey, somehow he gets the job done,
What does
man.
that mask do to him, motherfucker?
Hey,
I need that and go to the gym.
I know.
About a
Hey,
pound.
Michael Myers' his work ethic is unmatched. He listens to the Rock's.
He popped on the Rock's new song.
Apple listens to the Rock on replay, bro. I'm trying to remember the lyrics, but I can't even do. Okay. So cool thoughts, Adrian.
Cool.
Besides
What's your
that,
free rating?
it's
What's
more
your
of
free
a
rating?
like once was good enough, but probably a little bit above more too. Only because I really enjoy these movies.
Right.
Yeah, these movies are always movies that, it could be made in 2001 and you could still go back to it and
Exactly.
enjoy it. Whereas
Yeah.
there are some movies that might have been made around there where you're just like, oh, I'm not going to see that.
Like I'll probably end up buying it too if there's like a nice steel case for it or something like
if
that.
they do a steel case trilogy when the last one.
Oh, yeah,
comes
when the
out,
last
I'll
one
fucking
comes
do
out,
that.
yeah, I'll do that too. I'll
Yeah.
probably
I
wait.
really enjoyed the 2018 one. Yeah. Moving on to Shy, our special guest. Shy, tell the people what you thought about Halloween going in.
I didn't really have any thoughts going in. I don't think I saw any of the trailers, honestly.
Damn, she went in blind.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I kind of watched
That's what
the
Shy-
original
that's what
movie
Shy
the week
always
before
does.
seeing it.
Shy always goes in blind.
Pretty much.
She goes in, she's like, huh.
She goes in and
That
takes her
happened.
glasses off. That's what.
I had to make sure she had to watch like the other two movies before
Yeah,
though,
I
like
watched-
the original And then the 2018
Yeah, I
was
watched
like
the original like the week before seeing it, and then I saw the 2018 one a
the day
few
before.
hours
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, you're
before
right.
seeing it.
All right.
So yeah, I'll say meh.
Meh. Okay, meh going in. All right. Yeah. As for myself, I think I was also on the once is good enough camp going into it. I had only seen I think one trailer up until that point, but I didn't. I mean, I kind of understood where they were gonna go with this, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna pick up right after the last one.
Yeah, I mean that's
and-
kind of how these movies are. It's like you see it once, you get whether you enjoyed it or not. You know,
Yeah.
you saw it once and then
Yeah.
you're done with it.
because they're straightforward enough where you just need to watch it once
He's
and
a
you kind of
killer.
remember.
Yeah, he's a killer. You know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
stabby. Boom.
It would have been funny if he like
Stabby,
decided to
stabby.
modernize and just pick up a shotgun or something.
Yeah.
That would have been different. But he don't-
It's basically a modernized killer, basically.
well,
Not modernized.
Yeah. So okay.
More old fashioned.
Right. Yeah. So
But
let's
in the modern time.
let's move into
And yet they still can't catch his ass.
let's move in a little bit what the movie was about, right? So we pick up literally right after moments after the end of the last one, right? We first pull into the main girl's boyfriend. I mean, I don't know.
Boyfriend, ex.
It's complicated, you know what I'm saying? It's complicated on their Facebook site.
What's her face, Bonnie?
Bonnie and
Bonnie,
Clyde.
yeah.
Oh,
we'll
Clyde.
call
There
him-
we go. He was.
He
Clyde.
was
No, he was Bonnie.
He
Oh,
was
he was
Bonnie.
Bonnie. Oh,
He
you're
was
right.
Bonnie.
He is from now on referred to as Bonnie.
Bonnie.
So we pick up with Bonnie finding Officer Beckett.
Beckett. I forgot.
I know.
I think so.
I believe that is his name.
Beckett.
The guy that got shoved.
They got shot.
Yeah.
it
And
was-
so
No, not
we-
shot. Stabbed.
Yeah. And
Like right in the neck.
and then we lead straight into a flashback back to the end of the original Halloween in 1978. And this later on I found out because I was confused when I first saw it. I thought that was like an actual clip from the old movie from Halloween 2, but it's no. It was all new footage. But I don't know if you guys noticed when it transitioned, the film got grainy a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah,
And
so they
was-
made it look
beautiful.
like it was filmed
It was
then.
so good.
Perfect.
I was like, oh, is this honestly like I really thought like is this from Halloween 2? But then I realized no, they retconned Halloween 2. It's not part of the canon anymore. There's Halloween canon, people. There's a Halloween multiverse actually. If you don't know,
Jeez.
there's like multiple
Don't get-
there's
don't
like three
get started.
timelines. There's three
different timelines,
timelines. We should do that.
I think there's 4 maybe.
No, it's 3 because so it goes Halloween,
It's this-
Halloween 2. You can count that
No,
as its own
the
timeline.
first Halloween movie goes into 2 different timelines already in general. So the first original
Because
Halloween
what was the
goes
one in
into
the
2 different
90s
timelines.
where they disregard 3 through like 5 and they pick up straight after 2.
3. Well, the third one, Season of the Witch. That one's not even.
That
Michael
one's not even
Myers.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
even Michael. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that one's a whole.
Because
other
I
timeline.
remember there was one like in the 90s where they disregarded 3. They recorded Season of the Witch. And I think they recorded.
that
disregarded
was
4.
Halloween
been the-
H2O.
H2O, right? Because that picks up with Laurie
20 years later.
20 years later. And it disregards. That's the one that disregards 2, 3, and 4.
3 and 4.
Yeah. So there's a whole Halloween multiverse, and so in this one, we Halloween 2018 picked up straight after Halloween 1978, and this shows us what happens after Halloween 1978. Sort of giving us a glimpse of what would have been Halloween 2 back in the day, right? It shows
Basically.
him getting caught.
I mean, the
We-
house looks newer. It looks
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
their outfits. Everything looks like back from that time.
From that
20
time.
years
Right.
Yeah.
So
less modernized. I mean, 2018 is not that far, but like it would look different compared to the new stuff.
right, yeah,
Slightly.
yeah. I mean, I did like that the mask that they used. They went back to a nice clean
The
cut.
nice clean cut
cut
mask.
mask.
Yeah,
yeah.
this one it really shows his age, wear and tear
Yeah.
with the mask.
Yeah.
they really emphasize that on the mask itself.
So I mean, I'll open it up. Thoughts on that flashback scene when we see Beckett feeling why he feels responsible for everything. Anybody who wants to jump in right here, real quick?
I mean, I'll hop in. I think that showing it earlier on was a better idea than showing it later because fresh out the take, you think, holy crap, all this stuff that we're seeing now could have been avoided if they just let him shoot him. But he decided to be, his morals, the code. He's like,
Right.
no, we have to try him, by a jury, law, and then lock him away.
Yeah,
And then it just turned out that, if back then he let him get shot, then everyone that died in the movie that we just saw
Right.
after that would not have died.
Right.
the whores wouldn't have been there. Lil Jon and Big John.
Hey, I legit felt bad for Lil Jon and Big John. Man, they were just trying to enjoy their
Big
Yeah.
John had a little knife. Lil Jon. Okay, can I just say?
Hey, you know what? Big John did have a little knife, and Lil Jon
Lil Jon
had
had
a
the
big
big
knife. I
knife.
just realized
That was
that.
my favorite
Yeah.
part of the whole movie.
Can I just say the stoner, the guy that was high as hell,
Lil
locked
Jon,
the
Big
front.
John, Big John.
Big John
John.
locked the front door, but the completely sober one did not lock the back door.
That's funny.
Yeah,
And
that's
he came
true.
in.
Yeah. That was when did you lock the back door? He's like,
Right.
let me check.
Yeah.
maybe.
Like-
And also, the part where they were telling the little kids to scare them was like low key, but not low key, foreshadow into Michael Myers going into the home
Right,
because
yeah.
they
Yeah.
didn't know he
Yeah.
was out yet. But they were talking like, oh, he's gonna like they
Right.
talked about exactly what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that you brought that up. There's a lot of parallels in the movie. If we look into the opening scene right back to where we were at, Beckett on the ground with
Yeah.
the wound in his neck, and then you go in the flashback scene, his partner, Beckett shoots his partner in the neck, and he's knocked out in a very similar fashion. So there's a lot of parallels in the movie, and like you said in that scene, Beckett could have killed him, but we later find out he felt compassion for Michael because he just saw a little kid in him, right? Because that's the whole thing, right?
Mhm.
So, Shai, what did you think of the movie trying to show a more human side and a more make Michael a little bit more morally ambiguous, I suppose?
I mean, it was interesting because I feel like true crime itself is a big thing with him being
Right.
a killer, that people kind of try to find the human portion of these killers. So
Right.
I kind of think it played on that a little bit.
Yeah.
That thing where it's like, oh, everyone has a little good in them.
Right.
And with the 2018 one, they're just like, this guy's crazy. We need to lock him up. But whereas in this new one, it was more like people tried to see that, he's just a traumatic kid. He killed his sister when he was young. And then that's what that's the incident that made him go crazy.
Right,
They're trying to justify him.
Yeah.
They try to justify it. They still see that little kid that killed his sister in him.
Exactly.
So they still see the kid from all those years
Yeah.
before.
Adrian, your thoughts on maybe not giving Michael Myers a pass, but understanding more of his mental state, in which it's just, we learn later on, right, that he's kind of looking at his own reflection through the mirror because he feels guilty, but he still can't beat the urge to kill. What do you
I don't
think?
know. Maybe he's just a freak that likes to look down
A
on
freak
people
on a
through a
leash.
window. A freak without a leash.
freak without a leash.
Like, it's obvious that whenever you give compassion to like that one villain or the killer or whatever, it ends up backfiring. And
Right.
that obviously was the huge backfire
Yeah.
of that movie, where the cop like felt compassion for him. He's like, oh, he's just a kid. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's been locked up his whole childhood,
Right,
basically
16 years, yeah.
16 years.
No,
and-
15 years.
No, 15. Yeah, 15.
He would have been
21.
6 years
6
old.
to 15, to 21. So he felt bad for him. Like, it's because he's been incarcerated, closed.
Yeah.
So that's why he felt bad for him and he didn't shoot him.
Right.
Was that the best idea? No.
Probably not.
No, it wasn't.
Nick, as an outsider who's not familiar with the franchise or scary movies in general, what did you think of Michael Myers as a character in this movie?
With what you saw.
With what you saw.
I'll just say this. Screw him.
Screw him.
Screw him.
Screw Michael
I
Myers.
don't like him at all. Like, I get like true crimes, like things they want to see, like the genuine good in people. There is no genuine good in this man.
The man doesn't even
At
speak.
all!
Yeah, the man doesn't even speak.
Yeah. And
What makes you think he's got
To your point, Adrian, the officer that let him live, that wasn't just a mistake. That was a monumental mistake. Like,
you would think he would let it happen after him like accidentally killing his partner too, remember?
yeah, exactly.
So I was more confused about that. I was like, why didn't you let him kill him? Like,
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
he's a cop. He's a fresh up cop.
Oh,
An
yeah,
older
yeah,
cop
he was
might
young.
make him more of that.
Well,
They've seen
fresh,
more. Fuck
newbie.
him, but
Yeah.
he's new
Yeah.
on the block.
Yeah.
He still believes in the justice system,
Yeah.
and he believes that he'll get locked away and he won't come out again.
And to Luis's point, because I don't think we're gonna talk about this for the rest of the podcast. I love Little John and Big John.
No, we're
we're gonna talk about Lil Jon and Big John.
All
A lot happened.
I'll
with
save
Lil Jon
it. I'll
and Big
save
John.
it for that point then. But still,
Well, no. Let's go back to it. You know when he killed Big John, when Michael killed Big John, Little John, and he put him back like in the library
picture,
room and put him as the
one
picture.
Like the picture that was
Pulls
there,
them
yeah.
up.
And pulls them up.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Michael's woke.
Michael knew
Well,
that.
his whole thing is he poses them.
Yeah,
That's
I wouldn't
his
say
serial killer
woke,
thing.
but I wouldn't
So,
say like completely oblivious to situations. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, what this movie also did that I wanted to bring up real quick is that towards the end, where I don't know if we said this earlier, but spoilers. Anyways, the part
yeah, I
where
didn't do my spoiler warning. My bad.
I said bye.
a little late for that now.
she towards the end she takes her mask, she leads him to all the people, and then she throws it down. They let him put on the mask. I think that was really indicating that Michael Myers is the mask more than the man. Like, because he puts on the mask, he gets stabbed, he just comes right back up. But without the mask, he was getting his butt
I
whooped.
think it's clear. It's a clear representation of him having lost his humanity.
Yeah.
That
So he wears
scene,
a mask to basically
yeah.
cover up.
And in that scene, we're intercut between Beckett and Laurie talking at the hospital, and how she's saying that he's transcended pretty much, right?
From being human. Yeah.
From being human, he's just pure evil. And this isn't the first time the Halloween franchise has delved into the supernatural.
Which I hope they don't do that, because that
But the thing is,
storyline
it's
was
very
crappy.
Okay, it's not gonna be it's not gonna be Halloween 3. It's not gonna be that bad. Or when when they the cult. Oh my fucking god, the cult.
The
bro.
Thorn. I think they were called the
Stupid,
Thorn.
bro.
God, that was
The,
trash.
something to the
That
Thorn.
was terrible.
Yeah, that was
Literally, they said the
terrible,
reason he
bro.
became he's the killer and he has all these powers because of a cult.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Basically
Yeah.
every so and so years, this old cult lived in had this whole giant group of people and families, and they'll sacrifice like one family to this cult. And that's how it happened in the whole beginning. Like Michael killed the family,
Right.
Shitty
caused the
hocus
cult to
pocus.
sacrifice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fucking Halloween. When you look into the Halloween multiverse, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
one of the old
maybe
timelines. Yeah.
Louis, maybe you'll pull up with like an Instagram.
Yeah. We'll do an Instagram video on the Halloween multiverse. What's funny? One of the people that I like, one of the other fellow YouTubers that I like to watch. Shout out to Heavy Spoilers. He in his video review, he brought up how it would be cool if they bust like Endgame style and you get
I know what you're talking about.
multiple Lauries.
Oh,
You get multiple Lauries from the
Multiple-
different timelines. Like that'd be pretty fucking cool.
The funnier part is that it's still gonna be the same actress.
That's the crazy part. It's still gonna be
Except
Jamie Lee
for
Curtis.
the what's that one? What was the last Halloween movie that came out recently?
The Rob Zombie
Rob
one.
Zombie, right? Yeah, there we go.
The
that
Rob
was
Zombie
a
one
complete.
was interesting.
The first one was.
Yeah.
The second one, they.
We did two of them, right?
Yeah, he did one and two.
Right.
The second one isn't worth it.
Fuck, none of them.
No, the first one was actually really good.
I remember I saw that. Did I see that in theaters? I can't remember. But
It was good. That one was good.
All right, so let's get back on track here. So, back to we were talking about Michael and his humanity and whatnot, right? I think one of the themes that the movie really portrays is how what can drive Michael is actually the people's fear, right? We saw how mob rule. Huh? Hey, you know what? We saw how mob rule. They ended up killing. Well, they didn't kill the other
Man jumped off.
second.
He jumped off though. Shai thought he deserved to die either way. She's evil. She is.
That was rude.
That was rude.
I never said that.
I mean, I was just like,
You
Fuck 'em.
implied it.
I felt bad for him. I was like, dude, this isn't the.
No, because I was saying
"You're
like
an innocent
I was saying
either."
they shouldn't kill him, but then you kept saying, "But
That
he's
one was crazy.
too."
I didn't even know.
You know,
I never said
But
he
to
meant
further
to die.
hammer
Or he was
home-
supposed to
Ah,
die.
All right.
to further hammer home this like humanity aspect real quick is remember he's trapped in the house, it's on fire. There's literally a firefighter there trying to help him to
Right.
get out. And what does he do? He just kills all of them.
Well,
No. He, the firefighter that helped him get out, he thought it was the other firefighter.
Yeah.
So
right, but they still killed him.
I know, but they didn't know Michael was there. That was the thing. They just responded to a fire.
Right, but I assume if like they just saw a guy in there, they would obviously try to help him.
Right, but Michael's, like you said, he's just set on killing.
No, he could have just got out of the house and walked away, and everyone would be like, "Oh shit, Michael!" But he killed all of them, and that started his wrath.
Yeah,
all the way back.
No, the other fact is that I think when all the firefighters that were outside saw this tall ass dude, saw this tall ass dude with the white mask, I think they instantly knew who that was.
Oh, right, yeah.
So they were like, "Well, shit, we're either gonna kill his ass or we're gonna get killed."
Yeah. So now that we got to that part of the film, that's when we get our first set of Michael kills, right?
Oh my god, this really good. Granny with the toilet.
Yeah, and so I will say that in this movie, they got way more inventive, and they kind of gave a little bit of fan service to some slapstick kills later on, like the one with the car door and the chick. How
the guy ripped out the light, stabbed her.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about the kills. I think personally, right? I think the kills are way more torture-y this time around, and definitely unsettling and off-putting.
I mean, the guy, he rips out the light, stabs the old black girl in the neck, and just taking knives from the thing, killing the husband while she's still able to consciously.
Well, she's watching her husband die.
That shit fucked me up. I was like, God damn.
I mean,
he overkilled this whole movie, honestly. Now, do we think that was a good choice? And if you do, I mean, I don't want to say, what was like one Michael kill that like stuck out to you? Like, what was the most memorable? I mean, Ryan, obviously, I think for you were saying right now with like when he killed the old couple, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just them trying to show his further descent into madness.
Right.
Before he was killing just to kill, now he's killing, and I think he's like low-key a little enjoying it. This is not before he was killing to kill. Now this is like his revenge ploy. They're people that helped put him away. He's out now, and he's trying to low-key get some revenge.
No, I honestly think that at the end of this movie,
got burned alive. Like, she set him up. He survives.
But in the end, I don't think he's doing it for revenge. He's just a wild animal, basically.
He's just killing to kill because he's a serial killer. That's what they do, essentially. I mean, I listen to a lot of true crime, so I'm kind of taking that point of view of it. But
Nick, what was your favorite kill?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. All of them. I loved all of them. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously. The one where the nurse had the gun. And this is another point I want to make. Every person that had a gun in this movie is a terrible shot. Like, how do you miss? From that close of a range.
I mean, later in the end.
What is this, Star Wars with clone troopers?
Stormtroopers? I mean, he got Glock later in the film, and he still was chilling.
Like, Jesus.
I will say, the scene when Beckett tries to kill him and he's walking down the stairs, I'm like, bro, you are right above the man. How you miss his head?
Right!
He's right there.
I think that's to try and show his immortality.
I think it's
that he can't die from a simple method. He needs to get killed through like a knife or like.
He probably needs to get killed the way that he kills.
This man needs to either be disintegrated or decapitated.
So one interesting thing that a lot of people are bringing up is that if you remember to the end of the first Halloween, right? They linger very much on the knife, right? Mm-hmm. And in this one, there's a lot of focus on that knife too. So what if, in order for Michael to die, he has to be killed with that same knife, a knife that he uses to kill? You know what I'm saying? I think Laurie still has that knife, right? Because
he put it with
the granddaughter who looks like she's. Okay, a little bit of a funny sidetrack. So when the granddaughter first popped up on screen, I told Shai, I was like, this lady does not look in high school anymore. I'm like, she looked like she worked a 9 to 5
It's like the
has a
meme with
401k and had to ask for PTO.
You're not wrong.
It's like the meme with the Netflix adaptations where they're just like,
right.
they're like in high school, but they're buff as fuck.
It's like Bonnie looked high school age, but this shit. Like, hey, look, man, I understand the last film came out in 2018. This one was filmed last year. It's 2021. This is how time works, but it just took me out a little bit. I was looking at it, I'm like, you got crow's feet, girl. You were not.
It bothered me more after you pointed it out. Though.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway, to answer your question, which one was my favorite?
Yeah.
The one where he opens the door, the nurse tries to shoot the gun, and it just headshot. Like,
that was very inventive.
I was just like, damn, like how Ice Cube and Chris Tucker were just like, damn.
Yeah, I still don't get how like the whole gun went a whole 90 degrees.
Right?
Well, she didn't. I mean, it's
did it break her hand?
She also didn't have.
Yeah, I think it broke her hand, and then
she didn't have a firm grip. And when she went to the door, she like moved it a little bit, and then like. I'm not.
That was
to
definitely one of
logic,
these sillier kills that I think the filmmakers put in there just for fan service.
Honestly, yeah, I was laughing my ass.
It was funny, like there were.
Can I just say?
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
You know, the girl's name's Lindsay. We all know Lindsay's my sister's name. He's chasing her. I was like, run, Lindsay! What are you doing in this film, stupid? I was like, get out of here. Mark was next to me. I was probably loud as fuck in that theater. I didn't care. I was like, run, Lindsay!
He was.
She was hiding there. I was like, are you stupid? Why are you hiding there?
So
I was yelling at her.
So since we've all brought up how like the movie could have been funny at times, some of the dialogue, man, and just the interactions, they were just straight up like comedy. Like
they were not. They weren't taking this super seriously.
No.
And it was.
I will say though, all the actors committed.
Yeah, it was good.
If you take one thing away from this movie is do not listen to boomers. Do not listen to boomers. Because these motherfuckers were like, it's Michael, and it's like it's not Michael, and then look, now he's dead. Now he killed himself.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
And there was Karen's.
Why
is my mom?
Hey, man, you gotta understand,
I hope
bro.
you all
That's
were
understandable.
satisfied.
But did you guys laugh at all?
Definitely.
Oh,
almost
definitely,
every
yeah.
Little John, Big John was the funniest part of the whole film.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about.
let's
move on to Lil John, Lil John. Yeah, Lil John.
Little John,
Little
Big
John.
John.
Yeah. My favorite part of the whole movie.
That was the only part he
them.
didn't cover.
Exactly.
He witnessed that
Right
kill.
there.
That's the only kill he saw.
Yeah, I found it funny that they were trying to like sweep the house even though they knew Michael was there, they were like,
well, they didn't know who it was, but
yeah, they were trying to figure it out. They have little John had the big knife, Big John had the little knife.
I mean,
funny, ironic.
They're eating
Like-
like sausage and cheese, and he's like, "I'll get him," and I'm like,
Like,
"What the
I got
fuck
this-
is
With that
I got
tiny
this
little
knife.
thing.
Yeah, what is that gonna do?"
I was like, really? You can't go to the kitchen and grab something else?
Yeah, like
Go
what
grab the
hell?
pitchfork outside that you have.
Exactly.
Right?
He's like, "Big John, I think there's someone in our house."
It's like, okay, I got this knife. You grab something else.
Okay.
And then they try to like see if each other they're still alive.
They're Marco Polo.
They're like,
Marco
Polo.
Little John, Big John.
Here's what I'll say.
Like Little John. Study's clear.
They knew. They were essentially delaying the inevitable. They knew where he would stand in front of the window.
Mhm.
They knew where he was.
I
And,
mean, Little John could have ran away, to be honest. Instead, he just
could have
stood
just
there
left
and
the
died.
house. Like,
Yeah,
what are they gonna do?
He's just he was. I don't want to say traumatized, but like sad that Big John was dead, and then he sees Michael,
He has no
and
reason-
then he's just
The thing is
shocked.
that
he's
he-
just like,
No reason
Michael.
left to live.
I know,
you're
but
home.
I feel like he
But I
could've just
don't
ran.
get- Yeah, he could
He
have.
could've
I
just
don't
ran.
get why they were so surprised that he was there, though. They literally lived in his house.
And
Yeah,
they,
and
and they
just
told the
story.
They told the
They
story.
told
to
the
audience
story.
that I brought up earlier. They foreshadowed their own demise.
Yeah.
And I was just expecting her to be like, "Big John?" He just wouldn't respond. Big John, like that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that kind of plays to the overall arching theme in the movie, right? That's like people take the legend and then use it for their own gain or purpose, right? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're telling me that
And,
the town's not using that for tourist clout, there's no
Oh.
way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's
Who the fuck would want to do? I would not. First of all, Haddonfield.
Serial killer nuts.
I would never.
I'm too damn brown to be going to Haddonfield. Just to start off with that. Let's go right there. And then you tell me it's a serial killer on the loose? Oh, no, fuck that. I that's not a summer destination for me.
Here's my suggestion for this. We fence off, what is the name of the town? Haddonsville?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From
the rest of the country.
Oh, what is this? You want to build a wall?
Yes, I do, actually.
Wow, Nick.
To
Wow.
prevent other people from dying.
Here's what I was thinking. 1, why would you buy the house? 2, how is that house not burnt down?
Right.
How did they not destroy it and rebuild?
The bank.
Yeah, but I think if they
destroying
did that,
it. I mean, I
bet you if they burned the house, the only thing that would survive was the window where he stands.
Either way, I'm convinced.
And everyone that stood in that window. I don't know if we're gonna answer this later, but everyone that stood in that window died.
Yes.
That
is true.
Everyone that stands in that window dies.
Well, they hammered at that point home, like, everyone had a different perspective of what he sees in the window.
Right.
And even now, we don't know what he sees.
Yeah.
And I think next film, they might, if they might be done with him, because of licensing, they might finally reveal what he sees.
Yeah, so
in his final moment.
I swear to God, if he sees a spare or something, I'm gonna lose it.
Well, okay, so back to your point, right? When we see Laurie's daughter at the end look up to the window,
her name's Karen, by the way.
Karen?
It's
Karen.
That's why I said it's a Karen.
When Karen looks up to the window, she kind of sees an apparition of young Michael, right? Of little kid.
Well, that's when she was outside.
That's when she was out, and that drives her to go upstairs, and then that's when Michael kills her. So I think
that's what allegedly.
No, she's dead, bro. She's dead.
Yeah, she's big.
I think you're definitely leaning into the supernatural, and I think his house in that specific spot in that window is just an apex or like a pinpoint for evil.
So you think he looked in that window as a young Michael, and then something swapped with him, and this is what's killing everyone, and that's why he doesn't
say
talk?
Something swapped with him. I think his grief. I think his grief, his guilt, and his I guess anger are just fixated in that point.
Well, maybe
they're just stuck there.
Yeah, he's looking at a younger Michael, so maybe he's looking at pre-kill Michael, where he was still an innocent little boy.
Well, it's kind of implied, right? I think Beckett
definitely.
and Laurie, they talk about it, how maybe he sees, what he's become, right? It's sort of the one moment where he can truly reflect on himself, right? And when he moves from that spot, he just becomes
a murderer.
He gets murdering rage.
Because he wasn't not a murderer for very long. His first kill was when he was 6.
Yeah.
I know, but he killed animals though, so.
Well, then that's always the sign of a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a dog, I think, there, right?
Yeah, he killed the dog, right?
Yeah, in the flashback, there was
and then the first movie, he killed the dog.
Yeah. And I think in the Rob Zombie one, he kills hamsters
and rats and everything.
Yeah, that's so let's I think we got all to say right about the movie. Let's give our final ratings and then talk about what the sequel might entail. So for Halloween Kills, Nick, what is your final overall rating? I'm sure you loved this movie. Nick, it wasn't scary at all.
Yeah, I don't get. I want to know how you were scared. That is what I want to know.
It's not the fact that I wasn't scared. It's just I don't like all that
gore.
Yeah. My final rating of this movie, the person at my core wants to say that it was a waste of time, but everyone will hate on me for this. So I will say
already there.
Once is good enough, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a cool concept and everything. But and with my prediction in the next one, I hope this guy dies in the next one.
I think he's one of those entities that will never die because they could always bring him. They could always bring him back for a big cash pool.
Yeah.
So why kill the whale?
Yeah, but if we want to go that route, they could kill him off in the next one, and then somebody else hear the legend of Michael Myers.
Like a copycat?
No, we're not fucking doing that. No, we're not doing that anymore. No.
Halloween
has tried that before. We're not doing that shit, guys.
We're
not going back to that. No. I would boycott another Halloween movie without Michael.
Halloween movie it is, but a certain timeline has passed already again. and
somebody like takes
up the mantle, but it's basically it's a little girl who's related to him.
Yeah.
So like the niece or the
they're grasping at straws with that.
And literally
it was bad,
and it was pretty bad.
The
like,
90s were wild.
They end up killing Michael on that movie.
Yeah,
and then
like, why
then the mantle gets passed down to the little girl because she like ends up killing someone too now.
Interesting.
With the same clown outfit and everything when Michael was a kid.
Yeah. So Ryan, what's your final rating on Halloween Kills?
Well, first off, I just think that them choosing it to be a comedy, which, let's be honest, that's really what they wanted to do with this one. There was no way that this was a serious movie, and I liked that. Like, they tried to do something new, and it didn't suck, honestly. So I started in with Once It's Good Enough. I think I'd see it again. Did I miss anything that I needed to see a second time again for? No. But I think it was an overall joy movie. Like, if I just pop some every time he kills someone, just take a shot. I feel like that movie would be pretty good. I think that movie would change his whole perspective. I think that movie changes his whole perspective.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it I'd see it again.
See it again.
It's one of those where you don't need to see it like right away or anything, like a Marvel movie or maybe a Star Wars movie or whatever. But it's one of those things where, maybe a few weeks from now, maybe a month from now, if I want to see something, I could just pick it back up and watch it.
Or if you want to wait for like the final result of the third movie, wait until like all 3 are out.
Yeah, or if you're just in a Halloween mood, you can just do like a binge set.
Yeah, I think with the third movie this is gonna be a very nice bingeable like mini marathon. Honestly,
for Halloween.
Like
Halloween 2023, something like that.
Yeah. Before we get to everyone else's final reviews, I wanted to bring this up because let's be honest. In my own opinion, I think this same movie could have been done. Do you guys think it could have been done as like a TV show?
No.
I think they could have broken it up into like a 3-part.
The only reason I don't think they could do that, it's because for the first movie and the second movie, they're basically taking place on the same day.
It's all the same.
Yeah, they all take place on the same. Which
which also I forgot to bring this up, but there are some. There's some medical inaccuracies in this fucking film.
I agree.
How's she gonna have an abdominal surgery that I think they fixed her up and she's like awake within 2 hours? I'm just like, bro, what? I'm like, my girl's out here.
Did they give her expired sentence?
Not only that, she was up and moving really quickly.
She hopped out that bed like
she hopped out that bed, popped in some payments. I'm like, that's not how payments work. You gonna knock the fuck out. I was just like, there's so
it wasn't an adrenaline shot. There's no way they would. Yeah, that would be.
Granted, though, I mean, as I was saying this in the movie theater, Shai was like, "It's a movie."
Yeah, I
could
imagine Shai's eyes just rolling out of her skull as you're talking about this.
Hey, man.
Kind of.
Let's get back to the ratings.
Wait, but there was one more thing.
Oh, right.
The timeline.
Right, the timeline. Yeah. The ages.
The ages just don't match up for the daughter and the granddaughter. Because if Lori was a teenager in 78 and she wasn't seeing anyone, she couldn't find a date.
She was like a sophomore, right?
No, I think she was 17.
She was 17?
Well, still, she was in high school, couldn't get a date, so there's no possible way her daughter should be as old as she is and her granddaughter be as old as she is.
Well, assuming she had Karen, let's say like late 80s, right? So that means close to, she'd be almost our age. She should be like in her 30s. The daughter should be in her 30s.
Though,
no, that's what I'm saying. I think the daughter is in the 30s.
Shut the fuck up.
But the flashbacks, though?
No, yeah.
Look. As much as I love Judy Greer I think
they never try to get the actor with the same age.
I think Judy Greer is beautiful. But a lot of people disagree with me, but like she did not look mid-30s.
No.
What about
the husband didn't even look like
Judy Greer is 46 years old.
Wait, what about... I know we're about to end, but I just thought about it. What about the kill where
they drive up to his house? Back to your point. You're right, because even if she is mid-30s, the daughter is like what?
In high school.
In high school. That means that she had her very young.
Which is possible, but
right?
I mean, it just
Small town.
didn't.
It's Haddonfield, small town, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, Adrian, final rating.
Damn,
I wasn't
Nick's is
done.
tired,
She
dog.
wasn't done. My bad. Damn.
Finish your
Hey,
story.
be careful, man. She might go Michael Meyers on you right now.
I listen to enough true crime. Anyways,
Nah,
And just like that, we all just got fear struck into ourselves.
I'm good.
that means nothing to me, honestly.
no, another thing I wanted to say was we didn't talk about them bringing the old characters back.
Yeah, Luis.
We
You
did not.
skipped a lot.
I skipped a lot. You know what?
Wait,
Who
what
was
what?
this?
What?
That they brought the old characters back. The
That's
kid
what I
that
was
she
trying to get
babysits.
Yeah. Okay.
And the guy
All right,
knows
all right.
about Michael
Let's
Myers.
run it.
but he
Let's run
tells
it
the
back.
kids,
So let's talk
"I'm
about
going
this.
in by
Let's
myself."
talk about Tommy. What was it? It was Tommy,
Tommy,
Marion, and
Lindsay.
and Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Yeah,
And Lonnie.
and Lonnie. Tom. Okay.
They all
Tommy-
died except Lindsay.
They all died except Lindsay didn't die, huh?
Huh? No, Lindsay was left
Look
in the
at
hospital.
that. Lindsay Luck actually pays
Lindsay
off.
Luck actually paid off. Well, I mean, okay, I guess who's gonna talk? It's just me, Adrian, and you. I mean, I think we're the only ones that know. Me and Adrian are the only ones.
I mean, that's what I was trying to bring up. Like, remember the part where he knows Michael Myers, but he tells the kids to wait in the car and he goes in by himself. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
That was stupid. That was probably
That
the
was
dumbest.
stupid.
There we go. He gets the award for
Right, but
dumbest of dumbest.
well, I
the
know
Darwin
when we
Award.
saw it, Luis, I mentioned that he looked too old to be the kid that she babysat.
Yes.
So I talked to my mom after, and the ages actually do match up.
Really?
Ah!
So he just looks fucked up.
Because
You know what? Hey, look, small town, a lot of drinking,
yeah, because he's
a lot of trauma.
Because that's Anthony Michael Hall. And the way I
Yeah.
put it to my mom was, "Is he fat and bald now?" And because he looks a lot
Yeah.
older than
So
what he
that-
is.
that's
So
also-
Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, this is how Shy describes characters, not by name or anything, but by physical.
oh yeah, just
description.
wait till we get to anime stuff if I talk on that.
Oh,
Just wait
God.
wait for those descriptions.
So yeah, so Anthony Michael Hall did return to reprise his actual role. Also,
Also the guy who played Tommy.
and the chick who played Lindsay, because look,
Oh, yeah.
her movie credits also 1978.
Yeah,
Well, she
yeah.
she was a kid back then.
She was a
huh?
kid.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. They brought all the original actors back. Yeah, even Marion, right? She's the
Mhm.
actual original actor too.
Yeah, she was
they
the
made-
nurse. She was the original
She was the
nurse.
They
original
made
nurse.
the old characters
Yeah.
main characters but not like forcing them to be main characters.
One
Right.
thing also I want to bring up that was pretty cool since we're talking about returning characters. The way they edited Dr. Loomis into that scene,
Yeah.
because it was all fresh footage and they still managed to put Dr. Loomis in there,
House clean.
keeping that continuity. Nick looks like he's about to knock the fuck out.
Well, Luis is currently a non-horror fan. Luis is currently speaking a foreign language.
I am. It's very true.
Yeah.
Well, what are your thoughts, Murph, on people just like bringing original trilogy characters back? Like, for example, I think a movie that I know you're gonna see, we're all gonna see, is the Ghostbusters film. I believe they're bringing back
Bill
some
Murray.
of the original cast as well. Yeah, they're
Just
bringing.
Bill Murray. I think.
Yeah, Bill
I
Murray.
think
Bill
he's.
Murray.
I think he's
That's
on.
it.
Hey, one's better than zero. Okay. And
Oh.
so, what are your thoughts on them bringing just back original characters, despite the movie just in general?
I mean, I haven't seen any of
He was
the
an added character.
movies, so I mean,
No, just in general, like them bringing back older.
mean,
Just
Yeah,
cast.
it's-
the general idea.
it's a cool symbolic thing, but like other than that, like if you haven't seen the movies, like me, you're gonna be like,
Who's
Little
that?
lost.
who was that?
I mean,
no, they
Like
they
me and
hinted
half
at
They,
it
they
because I
flashed.
in the
I mean,
bar.
they
in the
flashed.
bar.
I think when they flashed back right to their younger selves when they were like bringing them up in the bar when he was introducing them.
Only one.
Only
of
one,
them.
right?
Only one of them.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah, they don't go back to the original kids. They just go back to the one from the beginning. It was the beginning
Right.
of this one where
Right,
he was
right, right.
bullied with
They only
Well,
took-
Lonnie,
kid.
yeah, Lonnie.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
That's the
Lonnie
only
was
one.
the only
Lonnie
one.
was
And he was
Lonnie's an original character also. He
No,
wasn't.
he was an added character.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He was added character. He
Well,
wasn't
right.
an original
Well,
Halloween.
to
Right.
add another twist
Right.
for this, Luis, well, what did you think that all of them died except Lindsay, even though that you said that this one was just a setup for the I guess the final
I'm
one?
sure she'll play
You
a
think she's
part.
gonna die?
She
in that
knows
one,
she's
probably?
gonna be back.
definitely-
She's gonna be back.
She may die. She
So
could die.
okay, so let's talk about the sequel, right? So the sequel's gonna be entitled Halloween
Bro, I
Ends.
never gave my opinion.
Oh, I mean, I figured since we
I kind of
backtracked,
pulled away from that.
yeah. So it's just Shy's running the thing here.
Okay. I liked it.
All right. Do you want to know?
Well,
do you want to
because
give
it
me?
didn't
go on.
It did not make sense for me to have everybody give their opinion, then be like, but wait, there's more.
Oh wait, there is more.
Continue, yeah. Future.
So I was saying, so the
2022?
sequel coming out, I think it might come 2022, yeah, it's gonna be Halloween Ends, right? And so from what the writer has already said, that this will be the end of this trilogy. So I am assuming
Michael's gonna die.
Michael's gonna die,
Good.
but I'm sure they'll leave it open ended for a potential reboot or a sequel or something, because Michael Myers at this point, I think he's just one of the horror icons.
I mean,
Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, from Texas Chainsaw, Chucky. So I think there's always going to be Halloween movies.
Like, there's an end, but there's never truly an end.
Right.
So they could always bring them back in, like, maybe 10 years from now.
It's just the end of a verse.
Yeah,
I mean, the Matrix was done, and they're bringing it back. Hell yeah!
Ooh. You know what? I think we should do a Halloween multiverse video for IG.
Or even make it a mini-sode type thing.
Yeah, because we got to do that because the Halloween universe is wild. But so I think we can all agree, right, that in the sequel, most likely Michael's gonna die.
I think.
Yeah.
Who do we
they're
think is
drag
gonna
it out
kill
to
him
the
though?
last second?
Obviously, Lori.
What if the granddaughter kills him?
That's what I was thinking too. Like this is the only thing I'm thinking about. Like,
what if Lori does die too?
Well, how I'm thinking.
Yeah, Lori could die in this last.
How
movie.
Shy brought it up, how maybe his own knife with the blood, or whoever brought it up, or Louis, his own knife with the blood that he uses to kill is going to be the one thing that kills him. Because they've stabbed him with every weapon that they shot him.
They never tried his head.
They never watched freaking Infinity War. They got to aim for the head.
He never
for the head.
But they always think, oh, stab once, done, cool, he's dead.
I mean, she
They
stabbed him.
never learn.
Well, that's how you know those people are biology majors, because we would have hit
Allison,
all
that's
the carotid
daughter's
artery.
name. Allison. Andy Matchik.
As you can see, we definitely did a lot of prep for this one.
Yeah.
Hey man, this is a chill Halloween episode.
Hell yeah, it is. I assume they're gonna make his death. You guys think they're gonna make it super epic, or you think it's just gonna be like the very last second of the film? He dies like a hand up, or like Terminator.
I'm hoping it's like H2O. They cut his head off. They chop his head off. That's how H2 ends. Just to find out that it wasn't the real Michael Myers.
Well, I think they would do something to keep it open-ended for sequels, like you were saying. So, where he's like actually not dead, kind of thing.
I know, but then what? Another 20 years go by? He's 80, still roaming.
No, I think.
But if they bring the supernatural element into it, then he wouldn't be 80.
If they do bring the supernatural element into it, it could definitely.
Which I hope they don't. I don't want that.
I kind of think they have to at this point, right?
Because how else would he not be dead or really injured?
Because look, even when you take that final scene, right?
He's built different.
He is built. Hey. He has a rock. He has a.
Under that mask, he has those AirPods on. Put repeat on the Rock's new album.
So I think because of that last scene, right? It's implied that.
Well, do you think he's gonna die in the window in the house,
or somewhere else? I think he's gonna die in the house.
Where it's like the last thing he sees is his reflection from the window.
Let me ask you guys this:
cool.
Do we think that he's going to? Do we think this movie's going to take place right after this one, or is it's sometimes past?
Yeah,
it's probably next Halloween.
No, it's
a couple years.
It's a couple years. They're saying they're actually going to put the coronavirus, into this movie.
Oh, you know what? I did hear that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's that. And I was like, what if coronavirus kills us?
He's gonna go into a store, sir. No, you don't have your mask.
Because you know how they went with the more of
it's fucking gas.
He doesn't need a mask. He has his mask already.
What?
That is true.
Well, mental awareness.
Do you think there's going to be more wear and tear on his mask?
Into this movie.
I think for sure, yeah. Because so I think there'll be more wear and tear.
That's how they seem to show that he's getting older.
Yeah, and then to Adrian's point about them bringing in COVID and stuff, the writer did say that it was going to be a little bit more political too. they're gonna go more into. So I think
someone's gonna be dressed up like Squid Game. See if I can just cut their head off.
I think maybe he means that like maybe local politics. Maybe like someone's gonna use this as like we said earlier, like a tourist thing, and like. So it'd be interesting to see, because the writer did say all of that was gonna be part of the movie. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
All I'm saying, if coronavirus doesn't. I called it.
I don't think so, because you know
They
what?
wouldn't do
No.
that.
Here's the thing, because Michael Myers knows that it's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours to take what's ours.
Jesus.
If y'all are on TikTok, you guys won't get
that's
that.
That's the Tech 9 song.
Yeah, but and The Rock dropped some bars on that.
He did. Bro.
Who's a better wrestling rapper, The Rock or John Cena? I say John Cena.
Ooh,
I don't know, man.
They gotta have a rap battle.
Your welcome was really catchy.
Anyways, all right. I think we can go into our final ratings now. So to repeat, Nick, you said it was a once is good enough. Ryan, you said you would watch it again.
Yeah, but kind of like a low bar.
Low bar, like just very minimum.
Like the top of once is good enough. Bottom of I'd see it.
All right, Adrian.
Mine's like I'll watch it again. I think it was a really good like Halloween movie to have.
Right.
Especially this year.
It was
yeah, it was
too.
Nice, right?
Like, it's not gonna keep you up at night.
Yeah, okay. So wait, so again, clear rating.
Yeah, like I went from
once is good enough.
Once is good enough to I'll see it again.
You see it again? All right, cool. Cheyenne.
I'm with Ryan on kind of
a very
bottom.
low bar.
Yeah, I'd see it again.
I am a very firm. I'd see it again. I mean, personally, I would see it again. Obviously, I think what we said earlier, once the third one comes out, definitely, I think this is going to be a nice trilogy to just watch.
Yeah.
I think they'll throw back to the one that we just saw.
Right, yeah, I mean, you have
to...
And then
that would just make that
Well, yeah,
better.
I think you're going to have
It'll
to see the other ones.
Right, yeah.
Well, obviously...
Well, just Halloween 1.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, then Halloween... you gotta watch Halloween kills. Halloween ends. They really should have...
Been more inventive with their title.
2018 Halloween should have been like Halloween. I mean, you know what? They couldn't do Resurrection because that was already a movie title for the 2002 Halloween.
They could have done Halloween H60.
Yeah. They could have done. They could have done Halloween Rebirth.
Well, I have a final question. I know we're doing the whole thing, but do you think that this is the success of this film is the rebirth of the other ones? Do you think we're going to see a Jason coming up? Well, we already saw Scream. You know, you think this is just the next in the cycle?
The only reason they're making all these movies is because like the licensing. That's it. That's literally the only reason.
Yeah, but they could always, who knows? They could always. Can they always relicense?
It all just
I mean, as long as they keep making movies, their rights will restart. That's kind of what happened with the fan.
No, it goes back to the original owner.
Right,
the creator.
But if they manage to release a movie before their licensing ends, it kind of renews, because that's what happened with Fantastic Four, the Fan Four stick.
Oh yeah,
that's why they rushed it out, because their thing was gonna lapse. I mean, eventually the rights came back to Marvel, but remember when that came out in 2014, their rights were about to lapse, so they're like, no, we got to get this movie out so it can reset. So that's usually, I mean, depending also on the deal, right? But typically that's how it works. You have to put a movie out and then it'll reset.
Yeah, I think it's like one every 5 years, and if you don't do it, then you're done.
Yeah, you have to at least be in production. That's the thing, right? So I mean, I definitely think we're gonna go into a nice little renaissance of like classic horror films. You know, we got Scream coming out, we got this.
I assume Jason, Freddy Krueger.
I haven't heard
Jason and Freddy Krueger has just been a mess, so that's why they haven't been able to deal with it.
I think
the licensing went back to the original creator.
I mean,
who
can forget my personal favorite Jason movie, Jason Takes Manhattan. I love that movie. It's a fucking mess of a movie.
Never seen any of the Jason movies.
I saw that shit as a fucking 6-year-old. That shit not have been watching that movie. Like, Freddy versus Jason though?
It was alright.
It was fun. As a child, I enjoyed it. I was like, this is fun killing two serial monsters.
I wish they did more of those things.
versus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Like the only ones I heard about was Freddy vs. Jason and the Japanese one of The Ring versus The Grudge. That was an interesting movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, those are our thoughts on the Halloween
You didn't even
Kills.
get yours, Louise.
I did. I
yeah,
said it was a firm. I'd
you're
watch
right.
it again.
You're right.
So, hope you guys enjoyed this little Halloween special. A bit of a different format, a bit more looser, more freestyled
Yeah,
out.
you know, the spooky season hit our universe.
Spooky season
so
hit our
we gotta
universe.
Drop one.
So, hope you guys enjoy it. After this, we should, I think Venom will come out eventually. Our Venom review.
Venom should be after this one.
Venom should be after this one, and then we will do also Eternals and
Dune.
And Dune.
And then we have some other random ones coming.
Some other
up,
random
might,
stuff.
you know,
we got a lot.
We might throw in a mini episodes quick.
Yeah.
Something, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Might have some YouTube
And then
live.
more stuff
Twitch,
coming
some
out.
random
More stuff coming up.
My
mini
Hero's coming
episodes
out.
too.
We might do some. We might start doing some anime stuff. JoJo's Stone Ocean's gonna come out in December.
Fuck is
Oh, how dare you!
Kidding.
All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Remember always to follow us on Instagram. Subscribe here on YouTube. Share, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff.
Let us know what you think is gonna happen in the next final Halloween movie.
Halloween.
Yeah,
ends.
give us your thoughts
Halloween
and
ends.
predictions.
And all right.
Say the thing.
You can be
Hey.
nerds about anything, but we're nerds about everything. See you later.
Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Later.